on your side with Northeast Ohio's best coverage. This is News Channel 5.
Good afternoon, everyone. Leon Bibb here, beginning with breaking news about the 2016 Republican National Convention. We've just learned the site selection committee of the Republican Party has recommended Cleveland. And I'm joined by John Kosick, my good friend and colleague who's been following this story closely for many, many months. John, your thoughts about this?
This is absolutely incredible. This is a game changer for the city of Cleveland. They have made $4 billion in economic investments in downtown Cleveland, yet they have not had the opportunity to share those investments and what the city means and has done with a national audience. That all changes with the Republican National Convention. They're going to have 15,000 media converging on the city of Cleveland, able to see the changes that we have made. And the city has done the research to know if you can get them here, the negative opinions we know are out there about Cleveland, and they can change those opinions by having a convention here and showing everyone what we have done.
I like the phrase that you use, a game changer. This is, as you say, a game changer for the city of Cleveland. What was the gemstone you think that turned the Republicans our way after they had said no, they were not coming in 2006? What was the gemstone that turned it around?
2006, they came to Cleveland and said, we liked your bid, we liked your city, we'd love to have it here, but you don't have the hotel space, you don't have the meeting space. And that was something they took to heart, and they went and addressed it. They did not go after the 2012 convention. That went to Tampa. Tampa, who came in third behind Cleveland that year. They went after the 2016 because of the fact we have the new convention center, we have the new Global Center for Health Innovation, and we've had a hotel boom downtown, and that has made all the difference, especially that last key piece, the 600-room convention center Hilton Hotel, which they're going to be on a tight deadline. That's going to open on June 1st, and the convention will either start on June 27th of 2016 or July 18th.
When the city built renovated the convention center and decided to build that hotel next door to the new convention center with the excess $90 million they said they found to build that hotel, I think that was all in there in the beginning. This is what they had in mind, was the Republicans getting the Republican convention or the Democratic convention.
No question about it. They will say they had in mind other big conventions, but it was clearly this would send the message to those other conventions that maybe were thinking about Cleveland. The fact that we were just finalists said to the rest of the country that, listen, we have the amenities to host the big conventions, and now that we get the big thing, now the world is going to see that.
A few weeks ago, the site selection committee was here. They talked about how proud they was, or how impressed they were. That was the word. How impressed they were with Cleveland. It was not the Cleveland they had expected to see. Then, a few weeks later, they decided, we want to come back. We want to take another look at the Q, where festivities would take place, the convention itself would take place, and some other things. Did you have a feeling then that they were really leaning toward Cleveland when they made that second trip here?
The 4 finalist cities, only Kansas City didn't have NBA restrictions, which made a June convention difficult. And the fact that Cleveland came to them and said, Dallas and Cleveland, the finalists, we have the ability to host a June convention. We can pull it off. And the RNC said, okay, we're going to come back. Show us. And when they came back, and they basically were able to show them how they would make it work, even if the Cavs did make the NBA Finals. And that's what they're really pushed, a lot of people thought lean them towards Cleveland, although they haven't committed to a start date at this point. That's part of the negotiations that will now take place with the city.
I've just been given some information here from Chairwoman Enid Mickelson of the Site Selection Committee recommending Cleveland, and I'm going to read this cold. Cleveland is a phenomenal city, and I can't think of a better place to showcase our party and our nominee in 2016. The committee was tasked with difficult decisions and was presented with strong options to host our convention. I'm confident Cleveland is the right pick for our next national convention. Cleveland has demonstrated they have the commitment, the energy, and terrific facilities to help us deliver a history-making Republican convention. That says a great deal.
And Enid Mickelson and Reince Priebus were saying when they were here, the thing that they were most impressed with, the facilities were phenomenal. They were most impressed with the people of Cleveland and the fact that they really wanted this. Not just the host committee, the people that they would run into on the street. And a lot of other cities read into that, Leon, that, oh, they're impressed with the people, so they really don't have what it takes otherwise. And sure enough, no, we had what it takes.
What's this do for Cleveland's mindset now? What's this do for our psyche here in this town?
The term I've used over and over today so far is game changer. It really is a reversal of fortune. We are no longer, this isn't an only in Cleveland moment. This is the first day of a new beginning.
We've had the Republican convention. We've had two national conventions in the history of this United States,
1924,
36, Calvin Coolidge in 1924 and 1936. So once again, we will do it again in 2016. We want to go to Kristen Volk right now. Kristen Volk is handling the City Hall aspect of our story. Kristen, what can you tell us from Cleveland City Hall?
Hey, Liam, this is certainly a very exciting moment for the city. We just got here to City Hall, and there are councilmen standing right outside, one being Councilman Matt Zone. Councilman, I know that this is a time to celebrate. This is a big day for Cleveland.
This is a historic day, actually. I mean, to think that Cleveland finally landed one of these national conventions, a conference that's going to have the world's focus on Cleveland, is really big.
And, Councilman, this has been a long time coming. This isn't just a decision that was made today without a lot of preparation involved.
No, I mean, Cleveland's all in. You know, when Mayor Jackson assembled this team working with Greater Cleveland Partnership and Positively Cleveland, we've been working very hard to make sure that every element of what the RNC expected that we complied with, and in fact we blew them out of the water because we went over and above what they said. And I think the narrative here in Cleveland is really important because we can tell a story that's unique to Cleveland, but not only Cleveland but also other urban areas across the United States.
Certainly very exciting. What does Cleveland need to do now to prepare for this big convention?
They've been preparing already. They're working on logistics, all the way from whether it's homeland security or to the hospitality industry. There's been a series of meetings that's been happening for the last 6 months, and we're going to really ramp things up. It's an exciting time. You know, we're just opening our new convention center. The new hotel will be open. We're opening up 4 more hotels downtown, and just the hospitality and diversity of our city is just going to shine through and really be a crowning jewel for our city.
Well, this is a great way, I think, Councilman, to celebrate all the hard work that Cleveland has done to get to this point, and all of the building and the infrastructure that goes into something like this to host a convention this big. So I really appreciate your time, Councilman. We will have much more this afternoon on the RNC site selection. There is a press conference coming up later this afternoon, and we will certainly have all of the details from there. On your side in Cleveland, I'm Kristen Volk, News Channel 5.
Many thanks for your report, Kristen, with Councilman Michael Zone, a Cleveland City Councilman. John, put a cap on this now.
Well, I want to say first, it's going to be a 3 o'clock news conference with the city and county leaders, and that we will carry for you live on newsnet5.com. But this really is the thing that Cleveland has been striving for and working for the last 8 years. It's been an 8-year process to get to this point. They didn't go for it in 2012. They went for it this time, felt they had the goods that needed to get it. They were able to land it, and it now puts Cleveland in a different conversation with the rest of the country.
We take a tier up. We take a step up to a higher tier.
No question.
Okay. Many thanks, John. John Kosick handling that aspect of the story for us. We do appreciate it. More to come on that, certainly today.